Here's an updated rod progression guide inside of Roblox Fisch. Keep in mind that I am not going to include any of the developer guitar rods simply because they are a limited time rod that are no longer going to be obtainable after today. So we're going to go through each stage of rod and I'm going to show you exactly where to get it as well. So we're actually going to be skipping stage 1 because there's no need to that thanks to codes. Here's a list of all of the codes that I have found on screen. Now I'm not 100% sure if these are still active, but they are on the Fisch wiki. But if you do use all of these codes, it should get you enough money to be able to go ahead and buy the steady rod, which is only 7,000. This is going to be the first rod you're going to be using for quite a while. The next rod is going to be the Phoenix rod, which you go to Ancient Island, climb on the very top of the mountain, then look towards the back and just fly off in this direction. You will eventually see this area here where there's some fence posts, which you can just drop down to. And this is a cave to where you can buy the Phoenix rod. So you're going to be using the Phoenix rod for a while till you get to the next rod, because the next rod is going to cost you 150k, which is going to be for the Trident rods. Keep in mind, some people do like to go for the Aurora rod before this, but I personally like to just skip it. So for this, head into Desolate Deep, and you do need to complete the bestiary for this location. To get to this rod, come to the back of the middle island here, and then go towards the corner over here, and then swim directly down. You're going to see this little hole in the wall, and then you will be greeted with this area here. You then need to take any type of enchant relic and put in all 5 of these pedestals, and then the door will open. Keep in mind, if you don't have the bestiary done, you can find somebody else to open the door for you. For the next rod, I'd recommend getting the Rod of the Depths. It is 750,000, and you get it from the Depths Whirlpool area, and you do have to complete a little puzzle and go through a maze to get it. You have to do quite a bit to get this rod, so I'm not going to go over fully how to get it in this video, but you can look up another guide if you would like. So I would recommend saving quite a while on that rod, because you're going to need to save up 2.75 million for the next rod, which is the Heavens rod. To get this rod, you get it in Glacial Grotto after completing the crystal puzzle, which essentially you have to get 4 different crystals: the blue one, which is found in a cave; the green one, which can be obtained by talking to an NPC; the yellow one, which can be picked up during an avalanche; and the red one, which can be purchased for 250,000. If you want a more in-depth guide on how to get the Heavens rod, then I'd recommend checking out my guide here or linked in the description below. The next rod I recommend getting is the Rod of the Forgotten Fang. This rod does have a level requirement of 750. However, after you have that level requirement, it will only cost you 300,000, which you can get it from the ancient archives at the crafting area. The next up, you need to be in the calm zone area, and you have to have the final door unlocked. You have to put a crowned anglerfish in this pedestal, a magma leviathan in this pedestal, and then a frozen leviathan in the right one. And then you just head down the path, and across the rainbow water here, you will see a little island, and just off in the center, you will see the ethereal prism rod, and it does cost you 15 million to get this. However, this rod is super OP, and you'll be having it for quite a while because this rod will earn you a lot of money, because it has a 50% chance to get the prismized mutation, which is an 8x sell multiplier. So you're basically almost always going to be selling for 8 times. Alternatively, if you are level 1000 at this point in the game, you will also have access to the Seraphic rod, which is a very good rod now, because it does have the blessed mutation on it, which is a 10x sell multiplier, and the rod stats are also pretty good now. And I guess I'll mention them just because the Duskwire rod is a very good rod as well. However, if you don't have it already, it's already gone by the time you're watching this video, because it was a limited time rod. And also the Polaris Serenade rod, which is the best rod in the game, but like I said, it is no longer obtainable if you don't already have it. Alternatively, if you also manage to get the Fang of the Eclipse rod, which was available in C2 at level 2000, this rod has pretty good overall stats on it, including a chance to get a 15x sell multiplier. So if you have this rod, I would also recommend using that over the Ethereal Prism. However, if you simply weren't a part of that time, because a lot of people weren't because they quit at C2, and you simply just won't have this rod, and you're kind of just stuck at the Ethereal Prism right now, or Seraphic. However, Nate has reacquired ownership of the game, which I'm sure you guys know by now, so a ton of more updates are planned to come. So I'm sure there's going to be some pretty insane rods that are coming out that you guys are going to be able to collect, and like always, I will be posting guides on them to show you how to get them, so I'd recommend subscribing with notifications on.